Self-care versus healthcare during COVID. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Rethinking reality. Okay, let's talk about this. Remember, self-care. What is that about? Like self-service, right? This is an important video because it has to do a little bit of psychology. And psychology is part of the reason why you would do something in your life. So let's just talk this through just a little bit. Remember, we're just here to help each other, sometimes share our perspective on what we see, on what we feel, or what we touch, right? Sort of what we call critical thinking is to share with others what you think that would be positive to change their life for the better. So, self-care. Look at that beautiful ocean, first of all. Wow, it's August 16th, 2020, and we're in Hawaii. So self-care, think about it. What is self-care? Self-care is a lot of work because it's not just working, self-care, right? Sounds like work, but it's actually learning the work, practicing the work, and then teaching the work. This is how you get, sort of a master in these areas of what's called self-care, like cleaning your skin. Remember, once a week with the alcohol solution to wipe down all of the things that are on your skin. Very important. Very important. Okay, remember, self-care. There's lots of videos that we, share. And again, Earther Academy is only $10 a month right now just to keep it going. So, because it takes a lot of time to put these videos out. And a lot of good videos that are already finished. And, it's part of the self-care. Like, what do you do when you get the flu or cold, right? What are you going to do? You're gonna dig deep in what? Health care? And it's not really health care, is it? Remember, self-care versus health care, let's say. Or how about health care is self-care? How about that one? So a lot of people, guys, what you're doing, and maybe you don't know this, but you got to know that your body's a filter, right? When's the last time you cleaned your kidneys, your liver? How much body fat do you have on your body? Okay? How much? I'm 60 years old. And I've gone through a lot of phases within me. Check out that Burl Ives beard, right? I've gone through a lot of phases and learned a lot along the way. Okay? Self-care would mean that you're experimenting and researching all the time and you're never really finding your way home, but you're constantly upgrading, enhancing, and optimizing. That's the way it works. So you got to constantly, sort of try things, but on Earther Academy, I can share with people a lot of different things that I've found that have efficacy, and of course it's all an experiment. But let's just talk about this, self-care, okay? I would recommend you doing an hour a day. Remember, you got lots of time on your hands. Watch that video we did, Rethinking Reality, okay? Think about it. An hour a day, minimum, for you cleaning not only yourself, but grooming yourself. I don't care if it's cutting your own hair, right? Trimming your beard, okay? Cleaning your skin, going on a 2-week liquid fast, okay? Just because you're plugged up? Yes, you are. If you have body fat, remember, you're not doing self-care. You're doing health care. And health care means that you're not doing anything. It's because when you go to the doctor, right? That's sick care. You're sick. There's no health care that they give you, okay? And they're not telling you to, remember, change the way you maybe eat, or maybe to start drinking some more water because you're getting thrombosis, or just the simple things like heavy metal poisoning. How do you really oxygenate the body instead of, wear a muzzle and lose your oxygen? Remember, it's self-care. Self-care goes along with your critical thinking. So hopefully we can pass down, each of us, a level of critical thinking that lets you, so you could really have some options. Because most people, even when you come up to the retreats here, most people, okay, they've been Earther Academy members for a while, you still haven't even done the simple skin cleaning program, okay, the enema program, the thyroid program, okay? And, we're going to start doing probably, just have to sort of think it through, but it'll be like 50% off of what we used to charge on the retreat for like 21 days to 30 days to come up to the Big Island, and it's not medically supervised, but we'll have some assistance there. You'll see me a couple times a week or so. But to be able to unwind yourself is really smart, okay, in these times, especially to disconnect yourself from all of the wireless tech. Remember, to detox yourself. You can do it at home too, but I'm breathing the cleanest air in the world. Check that out behind me. Whew. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, real clouds, except for those ones over there in the corner, but those ones are real, and the ones out on the ocean are. So you'll learn all the detox protocols, doing liquid fasting, ferments, refeeding, and you know, it's just not medically supervised, so we're not going to do any really hardcore, any fasting, but you can go up to 7 days on water, but you're going to go 14 days with liquids anyways. And since you're on quarantine, you're not going anywhere, and you're coming up because you're an Earth Academy student and you want to be part of not only the workshop, but you want to learn a little bit about maybe how the farm works, of course, because we live on farms. And you know, how you take care of the trees, agriculture. These are my 2 areas that I just built to put some sheep in. I just got 16 sheep, 15 females and 1 male. And I just got 2 pure black Angus female cattle, my 2 breeders, about 6 months old, over in the on the other farm over there. Okay, so again, let's say you wanted to sort of think about now healthcare. What's healthcare got to do with? Okay, healthcare, okay, in our world right now means that you go to a doctor to get, remember, something that's magical. Why? Because it's in the form of a pill. And there's most doctors, okay, most systems are going to show you the magic pill, right? It's magic, M-I-G, okay, I-C-K, magic. Your telephone's magic, isn't it? Okay, you see everything on television's pushed as magic, black magic, right? So, you know, this pill, this synthetic chemical, and you got to use critical thinking. Remember, self-care means that you got to do the work to unwind yourself. You got to deaccumulate yourself, learn a lot of things to be able to see if you can make your body, this machine, more functionable. Okay, make it so it's more vital. Make it so it learns how to, again, learn how to get the sun back. I just spent 30 minutes full body nude in the sun. Why? Because it boosts my testosterone. Okay, I don't want to lose it. But then again, self-care means you need critical thinking. So critical thinking would mean you're going to need health care. Okay, you're going to have to go to the doctor. He's going to have to give you a synthetic chemical to try to heal your heathenism, right? Your blasphemy to yourself, to your body, which is your church. And eating all different types of foods that have loaded full of chemicals, glyphosate, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, all different heavy metals, just a bunch of insoluble fiber, just a lot of things that really, well, you got to poop out. Okay, this was my problem personally before. Remember, self-care means that I have to experiment with myself because there's no real one way to do anything. And a lot of things that I used to do, like I used to be 15 years plant-based, right? And I had to readjust my thinking. After 15 years, the experiment was gone. Is why? Because I got sick from the vegetable, vegan, okay, slash a couple eggs diet. 15 years. Especially eating a lot of raw foods, full of oxalates, full of lectins, full of isoflavones, okay, a lot of different estrogen mimicking things. Any type of processed food, of course, that goes along with that type of diet. I really didn't eat, but I ate a lot of raw things, non-processed. Remember, raw vegan, raw vegetarian, vegan with eggs. And, well, I had to learn my lesson. I'm not an herbivore, but I tried, but I just couldn't do it. I tried, but I just couldn't do it. So, took up some archery here. So I got some targets out here. You can see one over there, and a couple over there. I spread out, just moved them because we just cut the lawn here a little bit. Look, 4 days in cutting the lawn and it doesn't look like we cut it. So I shoot from up top over there. and then shoot down on these targets here, just as target. I used to shoot a lot when I was a kid, right? Why not? It takes skill to do anything in this world, and part of your self-care is to feed your child's mind what it used to do. And it used to have a lot of fun doing these things, and so I'm having a lot of fun right now being a kid. Yeah, I'm going to start raising some sheep, some St. Croix sheep in different crosses, hornless, of course, and some cattle. So, self-care though, let's get back into this. Self-care means that you got to put in the work. And every night, okay, I've been putting in the work because I'm rebuilding myself. Remember, I started eating meat again. Okay, grass-fed meat, liver, organ meats, okay, muscle meats, and cheese, raw cheese. And this is my elixir pond in here, and we just did a video on this, hot tub soak. And that video, part 1's on YouTube, but I'm going to take that off in a couple days, okay, because that'll be on Earther Academy, because we say a little bit too much on there for the social system, okay? And we use different things, magnesium sulfate, okay, borax, hydrogen peroxide. Change the water into a, what you can call a sort of a hot spring, okay, that would be something that you would absorb some of these minerals like magnesium sulfate, right? You're gonna take in sulfur and magnesium. Okay, I put in 5 pounds of Himalayan salt in there. Anyways, watch the video on that, and that's another thing, it's self-care. So self-care doesn't mean, you know, when you start to do it, that it's gonna go ahead and, you know, feel like you're punished all the time. You're not gonna be punished. Okay, self-care should be fun, and you should have a friend. Up top behind me right there, I have my gym there. And I work out. I don't even like going to the gym anymore. I gotta see all the masked, muzzled, okay, COVIDiots. Bogs me. Okay, anyways, guys, do you know about the mask? Okay, remember, self-care means critical thinking. And you're wearing a mask, you're lowering your blood oxygen, increasing your carbon dioxide. But do you know what you're trying to protect yourself from? Right, the cornholio. So a so-called cornholio, okay, so-called a virus, right? Okay, this thing, if you look up the literature, just look and see, how big is a virus? Okay, it's in nanometers. Whoa, just that alone. Okay, because you're wearing a mask right now and it only protects you from 3 microns, okay, and above. That's it. Okay, N95, N stands for, it doesn't help with any type of gases. Okay, it goes right through that stuff. And any particulates less than 85 means it'll take 85% of the visible particulates that your eyes can see, not less than 3 microns, grander than 3 microns. Now let's talk about size of things. A virus is how big? You know how big a nanometer is? This is a lot of information where people, they just don't get it, okay? Because you got to go ahead and remember, have critical thinking to sift through all this stuff. Okay, so let's think about that. A micron, okay, is the size of the particle that your mask, 3 microns, will not let in, or greater. That's what it says. But it says right on the mask too, warning, this will not protect you against the cornholio. Okay, why? Think about it. How big is a so-called virus? How big is it? What they say. Okay, it's 20 to, let's say 70 nanometers. How many nanometers in a micron, since your mask is measured in microns, right? 3 microns or above. Okay, you already know right off the bat that a virus is 20 to, let's say 7 D5. Some even say a little bigger, but still it's in nanometers. How many nanometers in a micron? You know that? Okay, remember it's metric, right? We only learned the Gregorian calendar and all the ways of the things that sometimes doesn't make sense to the other side of the world. Okay, so a nanometer is 1,000 nanometers to 1 micron. So 1/10, let's say this virus particle, okay, is 20 to 70 nanometers. Okay, it's not even, remember, it's 1,000ths. Okay, it takes 1,000 nanometers to make a micron. And if it's only 20 to 70 nanometers, it's not even, okay, 1/10. So how can that little thing that
Makes you so you can't hear, hey, excuse me, I couldn't understand you. Da 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 da, and then all of a sudden start talking again, I can't understand you.
Okay? And I sort of josh with people and stuff like that because it's like a muzzle, man. They go, I know, my throat's sore because I got to talk too loud all day. Yeah, I know. Get headaches? Of course I do. Okay, that's what they say. Ask the people. They're wearing their muzzles all day. Remember, increasing your carbon dioxide poison and decreasing the amount of oxygen in your system. So if this so-called particle, okay, is not being, just say you sneeze or whatever it is, okay, and an infected person, okay, maybe should wear a mask so they don't spit on something because they're sneezing all the time or coughing all the time and then they touch things with their hand, okay? But remember, the particle size, this is just for you to just get, well, it's part of the self-care. So you're putting this mask on because you're in sort of subservience to the system, right? It silences you, right? Makes you subservient. And it makes you submissive, doesn't it? The 3 S's? The 3 S's, the slaves shall serve. Remember, there's a good book with Dr. Wasserman. Okay, S. Again, we won't get into that, but okay, goes along with the sort of the satanic way and a lot of weird stuff. So let's think this through again. Nanometers, 20 to 70. Okay, that's a small fraction because it takes 1,000 nanometers to make a micron. It takes 1,000 microns to make a millimeter. Just so you know. Okay? And it keeps going up like this in scale. And it takes 1,000,000 microns to go ahead and make a meter. Anyways, so how can this sort of like wearing a chain link fence on your face to, let's say, a fly that you don't want to touch your lip, right? But you got a chain link fence on here. So those particles, especially in cotton, remember the N95 or 85, 95, okay? They only protect you from 3 microns above. That's it. And you got to be perfectly fitted and everything else. So, a cotton mask, what do you think that does? Okay, remember mask and mark, sort of like a close thing, right? Wear the muzzle, and in time, yeah, you'll wear the mark too. Don't worry, because it's just a slow way to go ahead and change into the new world. Can't blame them. The world's sort of broken, right? Can't fix it, so you gotta break it down and make it rise again. The change of times. What an exciting time. But the size particle, okay, just remember this, is impossible to be able to protect. Not only that, you're just putting all this moist garbage. Remember, this is self-care. And this part of you, okay, is not really realizing critical thinking. So not only do you have all your exogenous poisons, outside poison, and you're supposed to excrete the poisons out, right? The CO2, whatever it is, out of your mouth. Remember, your mouth is pretty dirty in there, especially with whatever, you touch your face all the time, okay? With the mask or without, it doesn't matter. So, anyways, put 2 plus 2 together, means 4, okay? Critical thinking. So, we already know right now that you have no protection against any of these size particles. None. So, just sort of keeping notice like that. I have a Mardi Gras one, just as sort of a joke. I'll put the link in there. And you can breathe perfectly through it, and it's got holes in it. I can pick it up and see right through it, right? And this is something that, if you have to wear one of these things, I don't like wearing these things. All they do is make me dizzy and, just over sweats my face and anyways. So the healthcare system, guys, once you get sick, then you are in the sick care system, and the sick care system will take care of you, okay, with, again, pharmaceuticals, which are what? Synthetic, okay? Remember, pharmacopoeia. They treat you with poisons, right? Same as with herbs, these are poisons. Okay, same as with certain things that we would take. Turmeric's loaded full of oxalates, poison. Look up oxalic acid. Okay, you give a spoon of that to your dog or your child, it'll kill them, and it's in all your plants. And this is, again, self-care. You got to be smart going on these vegan and vegetarian diets. Guys, you know what you're going to do? You're going to start ending up going to the person that's supposed to give you health care, which is the synthetic poison, right? The pill. It's the pill. Right? You take the pill for an abortion, right? Look up the worldometer too. This is, of course, part of your self-care. is to be able to have, remember, critical thinking, and then you do what you feel is right. Okay, and it may be against a lot of things, only because, remember, you're researching and you're learning from your fellow men and females. Okay, men and women, this is the way it is. We share from each other, and it's, of course, the most important thing here is, remember, this is psychological, is the children's lives really matter. Okay? They got to wear muzzles, 6-foot distancing. They got to use commercial grade routers in all the schools. Got to use wireless, okay, infertility pads, right, with the antenna going down on their gonads. They're playing around with the Xbox all the time, and thanks, Dad, for buying me a good wireless Xbox, because that antenna is going right, as I hold it down here, it's going right to my gonads. Anyways, self-care. Do you think soy is good for you? Look up how much estrogen is in soy. Do you want your estrogen today? Have some soy. You want more estrogen? Have some flax. Okay, you want a beer? Why is that? Is because you want some more estrogen? Because hops, high level estrogen. Okay, these are phytoestrogens. You take in xenoestrogens, right? This is self-care. This is why people start to fall apart, because you lose your hormones. Okay? You lose your hormones. How do you make a hormone, right? You don't pay her, right? Or you don't pay him, right? Whatever. Okay, so just a joke. Life is, of course, serious thinking and learning from each other. You got to really think a lot of things through right now. Remember, during this so-called, okay, some people call it the plandemic, the scamdemic, whatever you want to call it, don't matter, even the pandemic, whatever. Okay, demic like demon, right? Even if you follow all the propaganda or all the truth, all the secrets, all the lies, doesn't matter. Remember, everybody's confused and no one knows what's going on, but you can see what's going down. And what's going down is, you know, a lot of change, right? A lot of change. And what kind of change are we talking about? Well, got 55 million people, you already know this, right, on unemployment. You got, and who knows about how many other million, 20, 30 million that basically were unemployment before. Right? So you got half of the working country or more, really, that are sort of on the payroll, right? And humans are social creatures. So guys, again, you know, it take about 8 people to come up here, and it's to, you know, reset yourself, rebuild yourself, rewild yourself, right? Get away from all the dysfunction. And what is that? That's the city. Even if for a short period of time. And then when you go back, I guarantee you know what happens to you? You start to see with your real eyes. You start to hear with your real ears the dysfunction on the place that you love so much, but you left it. You left the spell. You left this wireless energy, all of this noise, beep, 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 beep. Remember, it's a city. You left all the stinky air, the pollution that you're used to, and the air doesn't smell to you, right? Because why? Because you're smelling it all the time. Why do you think a septic system guy can crawl into the septic system and clean the septic tanks out? I said, don't you smell it? He says, nah, I've been smelling this for 20 years. I can't smell nothing. It smells like beautiful perfume to me. So you live in the city, guys, then what's happening is your senses are basically being taken away from what you see around me right here. What you hear. Listen to that. Yeah, the birdies. Okay? This is what you call God, right? This is what you call the intelligent one. Okay? This is what you call the omnipotent one. What is that? Guy with a beard? I got a beard. No. It's the higher power that runs all of this place. Remember, try to hold your breath and see if you could beat the God energy. And what is God? Remember, nobody knows. God means I don't know. It's not a personification. Okay? There's demigods, there's evil gods, there's Christly gods, right? We're just talking the creator gods, not the system lords. Okay? System lords are controlling the systems, right? But I'm talking the ones that designed, not the Big Bang Theory. Come on, critical thinking, guys. It's part of the critical thinking you need in self-care. Why? It's because, remember, this is real. The people are socially engineered that you see. Okay, the bird doesn't know it's singing, it's programmed to sing. The fish doesn't know it's swimming either. Okay? And this is what you can call God's country. It's the unexplainable, as this blade of grass right here. Nobody knows how it grows. You can watch it grow, you can name it, but you don't know. You don't know how the seed became. It just came from nothing. Big Bang Theory, turning into ducks and marlin and pineapples and palm trees and lychee and all different types of insects. Yeah, they just evolved from, well, like they say you did, a monkey, right? Or the fish crawled out of the ocean. Remember, self-care. So if you now know that a lot of this stuff in your head doesn't make any sense, it's like sort of dumb, then you have to sort of question the things that you believe also that, well, you follow in your healthcare life. If you have a healthcare life, remember, that doesn't mean you're doing self-care. Healthcare means that you have health insurance. And if you get sick, you can go with the guy with the white jacket or the female with the white jacket, and they've got that really cool witch, okay, you can call it, what do you say? It's like a necklace, right? Like a witch necklace, okay? Just to show you the superiority. What, to check your heart? Really? Everybody's got to go put up a stethoscope around there, have a witch doctor's, this necklace. And, it's to show these authorities. And remember, I'm a doctor. Remember, the levels of indoctrination are grand. Service is something, of course, that you learn. But how could you learn how the kidney works when you don't know how the blade of grass works? You can try to repair it, but you, of course, don't understand it. Okay, everything we know in medicine, so that's why you can't put a lot of stuff in doctors or anything else, is because they really don't know. Remember, they're helping you with witchcraft. They're giving you a potion of petrochemicals. Have you tried that Prozac, Zoloft, or Paxil for my depression? Have you tried those opiates that you give out 10 times, 20 times a day and keep refilling those people that are just eating them just because? Dancing it up and drinking beers with them and stuff just because? I went to a sort of like a get-together the other day and get a chance to see people, And I can't believe, remember, how many people are, well, I shouldn't say anything, but it's not good. A lot of people are trying to leave this sort of world of suffering right now. Look at all the fires in California right now. Look at all the fires. Whoa, daddy-o. And if you know about geoengineering or weather modification, remember, it's all real. Pretty cool, though. They've been modifying the weather, okay, for over 100 years, at least 70 years, at least what we know. And that's pretty cool, right? That you could go ahead and take God's children, those clouds up there, and move them around, okay, break them apart if you wish, or add some things to them just to make them so they'll do what you want to, right? Like nanobots or whatever it is, to be able to control the cloud, to be able to control its energy or its energy. And that's really what it does. Okay, to push the energy around and to accumulate it, of course, is, well, that's called technology. So anyways, the healthcare side of this is that you got to really think this through. If you think that magic pill is going to save you, then again, you're not really being critical thinking. It may take you out of a crisis, but it will not heal you. It'll manage you. So self-care, okay, should make it so you have less of a crisis in the future or none at all. It's because your body, you're cleaning it, okay, with various different detox protocols, with various cleaning protocols, with various, we call purging protocols. Purging. Remember to purge out your poisons in your lymph glands. When's the last time you changed your oil filters in your body, right? So I have all different types of private videos. Just putting one out on chlorine dioxin right now. I transform the flakes into the chlorite solution. and how I sort of transform it and use it a little bit too. And oxygen therapies, that's another good one, to be able to learn these different protocols. Just remember, it's in your chest, your war chest, in case you need to use them. Experiment with them. And all I can do is give you some of the pointers that I've learned. Remember, no one's telling you what to do. Just figure out what you want to do by using reason and logic. That's why I put all these privately on Earth Academy. It's because you can see the levels of what I found is minimal dose and maximum dose, and you can go from there, whatever you want to do. But it gives you an idea of what I've been doing, what others have been doing, and sort of up to date, because it changes all the time. Just tweak it a little bit. Okay, remember, it's got to be easy for people, because I know. If it's not easy, you won't do it. If it's too hard, right, you just have an excuse to say, I'll try it tomorrow. And if it costs too much, again, that's another problem, isn't it? So learning self-care should keep you away from the health care provider. And if you do have to go to the health care provider, remember that. This is where a lot of people start researching, and you start researching is because you're in fear, instead of researching because this is part of who you are, is to learn how to take care of this primal body. You can starve it, right? You can go vegan for a little while. You can starve it. You can malnourish it. You can assault it, right? With fluoride in your water, fluoride in your plastic bottles, fluoride in your antidepressants, right? What does fluoride do? Look it up. Poison. Fluoride, of course, is just one of the poisons, but most of the things that we put on our bodies, right, is because we think, just because they look pretty, I don't care if it's in a box, right, if it's in a can, or if it's even on the grocery shelf. It might be full of glyphosate, might be full of, well, chemical fertilizers, right? Might be just full of NPK, which is only 3 minerals, and you're not going to get anything in those vegetables. You know you're not. Has anybody ever taught you about phytic acid? Watch our other videos that we put together on phytic acid. Okay, I start talking about, especially in December and January, go through all those rethinking realities about plant-based versus carnivore-based diet, catabolic diet versus anabolic diet, and some of my transformation that I'm going to share with you with a video I'm going to put together here, just to show you what happened to me on an anabolic diet. And as you can see, I've gained like about 148 right now, lost a couple pounds. Okay, that's fine. Just got lean. Remember, I'm 60 years old and I still got abs. What's that about? Is why? It's because the protocols, the practices and principles that I've learned and practiced over the last at least 20 years, a lot, okay, learning, has kept me so I could keep less toxic than I would, of course, not doing anything. And you do have to practice and experiment with these protocols. Remember, we got hundreds of videos, and the best ones you want to really see are the ones at Earth Academy, only because there's a little deeper layer of learning there and a little more flexibility we can talk about. So if you are interested to come up, remember, and learn some self-care, but like I said, it's not medically supervised. It's going to be about 50% cheaper than the regular retreats, so it's way more affordable. And we'll have a couple people there that are helping show you some of the protocols, practices, and principles. And of course, remember, you're coming up for a healthy vacation, you're coming up to unwind, and you're coming up to detox. 14 days of liquids, and we do 7 days of refeeding. And if you want to stay longer, we can talk about it if you're the right person. So some people want to come up and stay for several months just to get away from where they're at, just for, sort of like unplug. And the best way to get healthy is to be in a place that really will love you. Back, check this place out. Look at the green, man. Look at the green. It's everywhere. Real clouds, real electronic air. Okay, look at the blue. That's a super blue, indigo and violet ocean. and the trade winds. Beautiful. My hair's moving, as you can hear the little bit of beautiful wind that comes off the ocean, supercharged from all the salt. Yeah, you probably lose about 20 pounds in that month just by doing the beginning program, beginning and intermediate. But if you're interested, then go to our eartheracademyretreats.com and go and send us a message that you may be interested coming up for 1 month to 3 months, just depends. And again, this is not medically supervised, and we'll do, like I said, the first 14 days will be liquids only for people to dry out. And you want to dry out from all your things that you call addictions. I don't care if it's smoking, I don't care if it's drinking alcohol, I don't care if it's drinking caffeine. Okay? And so remember, it's 2 weeks of liquids, so, you know, there's other things you can drink. Remember, liquids, red hibiscus flower water, you know, just different things that you could drink that will keep you in the fast, but will make it super easy for you versus just drying you out with distilled water or RO water. Then after that, depending on, of course, what you need, most people need to be rebuilt, so we've been refeeding people back with meat and fruit. Meat, fruit, cheese, okay, dairy products, kefir. 1 meal a day still, and you start working out 4 days a week. Okay, you got to stimulate. You put all this mitochondria, all this meat you put in your body. Grass-fed, of course, got to be. Organ meats, right? To rebuild the liver, you eat the liver. To rebuild the kidney, you rebuild the kidney with kidney. You want to get more muscles, right? What do? You eat muscle meat, and you exercise. You take that mitochondria, and you make it so it shifts to another part of a creature, right? You took it from one creature, and all you did, the primal body, was feed. Okay, but once you get sick, remember, you're going to be grasping at straws. This is what happens. This is what I've seen. Remember, I've been in this business here like 45 years and really studying people on what they do and what they don't do, and when it's time to do something, well, guys, it's a little late. Remember, if you've got body fat, you've got to learn that that is a parasite that's living on your body, and quit feeding it sugar and processed foods. Okay? There's a lot of experimentations that you could learn just doing the liquid fastings. Okay? Again, Earther Academy, watch all the retreat videos just so you can see people. Okay? What happens to you when you go on liquids, just to go on a solid food vacation, right? Like John Rose says. Okay? Basically, you're going to quit eating fiber, and let's see if we can heal the gut. Saturated fats heals the guts, right? Okay, omega-3s. That's what it does. Healed my gut. And my gut was super, super, super bad the last like 2.5 years. Blood in my stools every day. Okay, and if I went to the doctor, okay, to the healthcare professional, right, I got insurance, all he's going to do is do what? Colonoscopy, maybe a CT scan, some blood, try to find something that's out of range in their layers that they call normal. Okay, remember, even if your cholesterol's a little over 100, they say that's high normal. Really. Remember, cholesterol is what makes your body so it can make testosterone, so it can make regenerational powers. Testosterone makes you so you can smell the female that's in heat, just like the animals, just like the insects. Remember, they don't have sex, they mate. Okay, and this is a big problem that you see right now. You see a lot of females right now, they are out of balance with their hormones. So they're not making the pheromones when they go into ovulation. So they're not attracting the males, because remember, the insects, the dogs, okay, all animals, they produce pheromones, and these pheromones are what make them mate. They don't have sex, remember, they mate. And the pheromones say so. But if we take away the pheromones, what happens? Well, that means that, remember, you now are void of attraction of the opposite mate. And this is why you see a lot of confusion with a lot of people, is because your hormones are jacked up, guys, from, remember, taking a break from the glyphosate, taking a break from all the cell phones putting up to your head in the Wi-Fi, taking a break from just the drama of all the other energies that are around you that are scared. Remember, they're in the death mask ritual. Look that up. Yeah, but slaves only wear their mask. Why? Because it makes them submissive. It silences them, right? Puts on the muzzle. And, you know, it gives them this sort of feeling of submission. And that's what you see. Can't even get eye-to-eye contact with someone. If they do, they put their eyes right down, right? Shame and guilt under the mask. Did a video on that. So, you know, hey, let's go feed the guys here. And this is what makes me really happy, is having some of my friends. You don't have to call them animals, birds, okay? Hey guys, what's up? What's up? You already fed you guys this morning? What's up? Look what I got. We got a walnut here. You want this? Hello? Okay. You want this? Yeah? Okay, let's go over this way. Okay, I feed them every morning with my mouth because they're like my babies. Okay. You want this? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay. You want this? Yeah, and they can rip my face off. Remember, I'm their daddy. You see there's a little dove in here flying around. Yeah, I know. You're eating some of the stuff that I'm feeding everybody. You see they got peanuts over there, bananas over there, mangoes over there. That good? Good, huh? Good, huh? And these guys are what sort of really give me the reality of what, you know, true love is about, right? Is with your animals, is with your friends that are non-human. True love. It's because these guys, I treat them as if they're my, you know, my children, right? I feed them every day, clean up after them every day. Daddy's in here for about 45 minutes playing with them, talking with them, making all these noises, and they make them back to me, and making all these weird, making me laugh like crazy, okay? I get a lot of joy just cleaning their cage. The hour I spend in the morning feeding the ducks, going to feed the cattle. We'll do another video and show you those beasts. Okay, you want one more? Okay, put it in my mouth, and I put a little saliva on it. That's me, remember? Okay, you want this? Good, huh? All right. You want this one? Right there. Oh, he's so delicate. Like I said, he could rip my mouth off. That good? Good, huh? They're such characters. Okay, my joy is taking care of things. Yeah, I know. I'll be back tonight. Give you guys something else. And I give them eggs. They need the cholesterol. Remember, you need a lot of things, guys. So, if you do get sick, like I did, remember I had blood coming out of my stools. The average person would have went to the emergency and said, hey, what's up, doc? Yeah, what's up, doc? And they would have did a barrage of tests on me and would have got me on a level of medications and or maybe in who knows what else. But I had to dig deep. Remember, I stopped the vegan vegetarian, all of the oxalates, all the lectins, all the plant poisons, isothiocyanates, all the plant poisons called phytoalexins. Okay? Watch my other videos, we talk about those things. So anyways, you learn these is because, well, if you eat too many of them, and not maybe everybody, but it's happened to me, it's happened to, I know, hundreds of people. Okay? My workout partner, Mark Daniels, same thing. Okay? Same problem. It's about the same time too. Okay? On 13th, 12th, 13th year, started getting skinny, I started getting weak. Started feeling like all of a sudden, you know, just falling apart. Joints are stiff and everything else. So the average person, you'd go to the doctor, right? Maybe homeopathy, acupuncture. It's malnourishment. It's my body being poisoned with too many plant compounds that I have not processed in a way to be able to make it so I could release them. They were irritating my intestinal tract, causing me to bleed, which of course with all the fiber I was eating, what do you think that did? Gave me massive stomach problems. So I stopped eating fiber. If you haven't seen the video by Dr. Paul Mason, about fiber. I'll put the link in. That's for you to go ahead and see studies. You eat fiber, remember, everything that I have been told to this date right now, most of it is obtuse and backwards. In the health world, in the political world, in the religious world, remember. And of course we could talk about each of them, but the simple thing is that most of the things that we are shown are suboptimal and are for us to be sort of mind controlled to pick a side, to pick a certain level of information. How much time we got here? And just to unpack all that, you go to school, okay, and you get all these degrees and stuff, right? You get a PhD piled higher and deeper, and you believe you came from a monkey, right? You believe in, you know, the construct that they tell you, right? Remember, I'm sideways right now, right? Because I'm in Hawaii. I'm on the side of the ball. Okay, just think about that. Okay, or in Australia, right? What do? You're upside down, right? Okay, really. Just want you to use critical thinking and not what you've been told. That's all. And that goes with, remember, your health that you're eating. But he says that I'm not bagging on the vegan system. I'm just saying, guys, be careful. They say that it's a diet it's good for all ages of people, even children. Really. Really. And again, critical thinking makes people, you want to come, Hodel? Critical thinking makes people not be able to, okay, you want to come? You want to come, mister? You want to come? Nope, he's backing up. He doesn't want to come right now. He's scared of the camera. Camera shy. Okay, anyways, you get sick, you go to the doctor. They may save your life because, remember, they're good at emergency medicine. But if you're going for management care, remember, you need to really look into self-care and try to do self-care before you get your sick care, because that's when you go to the doctor and get your prescription of the petrochemical poison, right? The petrochemical pharmaceutical, pharma, right? Okay, the snakes, right? Okay, what do you think these words mean? Pharmacopoeia, right? Using small amounts of poison, the dose is the poison, and the strength, of course, is determined on, well, too much and you die. Just enough and maybe it might help you, maybe. Okay, these are chemical poisons versus nature's poisons, which if taken wrong too will go ahead and give you serious problems. So anyways, guys, I see a lot of people that are on the hamster wheel of all of these petrochemicals that you're taking every day. And remember, you just have to go ahead and really, really think it through. If you are overweight, then you need to really look at yourself. Remember, it's your body. I don't care. No one else really cares either. That's why everybody walks around, everyone's overweight, so everybody's basically seeing everybody else that's overweight, so there's no shame. But there is. To you, remember, your body's your church. And a certain respect that you must have is to know that you're here to be able to, like, take care of your house, right? Take care of your garden. Take care of just your grooming ability on the outside. Make yourself look, you know, presentable. Take care of yourself, but also cleanse the inside and make sure that the body gets what it needs in nutrition and also in exercise too. Okay? And your body will, and your mind will serve you in time. It takes a few months for your body to get back into the swing of things and your mind to be able to really unpack a lot of BS, especially, like I said, if you've got degrees, you got a lot more to unpack. So the people that don't have degrees, you're way easier to teach. But the people with these degrees, guys, I know, you paid for that stuff. You paid for all the theory that you have in your head. I don't care if it's Big Bang Theory, I don't care if it's the theory of gravity, the theory of relativity, the theory of Darwinism, the theory of everything, right? That's a lot to pack in your brain. And then, of course, the theory of what you should eat as a human. And you got to know, anything that you're being pushed into right now, you have to really thoroughly go ahead and question everything. Remember, it's part of critical thinking. We've done a video on that too, critical thinking, many of them. Because that's what a lot of this self-care is. Because remember, you won't do anything unless you have critical thinking, because critical thinking makes you sort of be like from the future. You're going to keep your car clean, going to keep your body clean, you're going to shine it up, and you're going to take care of it so it'll stay, well, together longer, right? It'll look prettier, okay, your car. Because why? It shows that you care. It shows that you care. Just remember that. And if you don't care about yourself, remember, you've got dysfunction. If you're taking different types of opiates and different types of antidepressants, if you're taking a lot of different drugs, smoking freaking weed all day long because you maybe don't like yourself, again, this is the reason why you want to try to do a 2-week, just cut yourself off. Yeah, you go through a couple days with the skidsies, and if you go someplace that's different, it's way easier to cut off your addictions. It's because you're in another part of the computer chip simulation here, right? You live in your house and you're used to everything that goes on in your house on a daily thing, no matter if it's a cigarette and a cup of coffee in the same chair, right? Reading the same thing, watching the same TV at night, whatever it is. This is a program. It's a habitual program. So when you leave your habitual program, it's easy to reprogram you. So only going to take about 8 people or so. So I'll put this little video out, and of course, we're shadow banned a lot from all these different social media platforms, so, you know, you like anybody's videos, yeah, thumb them up just to, you know, make it so maybe there's better, less, well, anyways, I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, so you can get more views to make it so Google gives you higher ranks. I don't think any of that stuff's true anymore. Shoot, I don't even get notifications anymore after August 13th right now. Okay, and I've talked to about 5 people, and I'm not getting any notifications to the 150 different subscriptions that I'm basically analyzing. Just because I watch a video doesn't mean I believe in everything, but everything has a golden nugget in a pile of poop, right? Bandini Hill, big pile of poop, and there's always a nice piece of gold in that poop. You just got to sift through it. And when you get done, you might smell a little bit, right? So, but that's part of the adventure. Is to, remember, research, to search and keep researching until you find what you're looking for. And you may never find it, but it's actually a fun journey. So if you are on medications, you're on all these different things, and guys, again, I'm not telling you not to do things, but I'm just telling you, better sort of think it through. A synthetic pharmaceutical, got to really think. Doctor doesn't know what this drug is. He's never even taken it. He's just reading what it says in the journal. But it's a synthetic chemical, just like the things that basically are put in your, you know, your vaccines, right? To try to you know, make sure the boogeyman can't get you. Remember, viruses aren't even alive. Remember, they're so small, they're 20 to 70 nanometers. Okay, your mask doesn't do anything, nothing, nothing. It just makes you feel. It's called palliative care. Okay, it just makes you feel good. Don't do nothing for you though, but it makes you feel good. And I can see that anybody's wearing these things, okay, where you don't need to wear them, because it's not that you got to wear them everywhere, but you do have to wear them in the places they tell you to. And the people that basically drive around with them in their cars and they walk around everywhere and they walk around you as, you know, as they go by, they're scared. And if you're scared, all I can tell you is shut off your television and don't watch it. Watch a lot of the alternative news stations. And alternative news doesn't mean they're telling you everything, it's just giving you a different perception, because no one really knows what's going down, but you really know what's going down. Okay? Just a breakdown of the end of the age. If you haven't watched our video on End Game, that's a good one for you to watch too, just so you can go ahead and see the Satanist rule, right? All the 33, all the 666s in everything. Remember, they are everywhere, but they are nowhere at the same time. You can't see them, but they're going to want you to see them now. They want you to see all of these satanic symbols. Remember, just put in 666 logos, right? And just see all the companies that you purchase things from. Let your children watch television from, television. Okay? And of course, gematria is, I don't know, some of the symbolism that goes along with some of the premium players. I won't get into it here, but because it goes deep. Okay, there's a lot of people that change their name, right? Like Bill Blythe. Okay, his name was previously Bill Blythe, right? Father Bill Blythe Jr. And he changed his name to Clinton, right? And you put in Clinton in gematria, what do you get? 33. Okay? Even the president you have today, his family name was Drumpf. Okay? Put that in the gematria calculator, right? 33. He changed his name. Look, Beyonce changed her name. 33. Jay-Z. Okay, police, 33. Shoot, Hawaii, 33. New York, 33. New York, 33, 33. Holocaust, 33. I mean, there's so many famous names. Cameron, 33. Okay, just generals and different people that, okay, have the symbolism of the fallen angels, right? Just coinky dinky. Right, Hodo? Coinky dinky. And the Satanists have been running this place for a long time. And maybe, could it be possible that all the suffering that you see here in this world is not for the physical world? Could it be possible that this demonic realm that feeds upon not the people, not their physical self, some do, but the so-called demons, right? The ones that have no bodies, they steal energy from those that produce it. Fear, doubt, uncertainty, sadness, sorrow, sacrifice, sin. Okay? All of this system of S's, right? Like a big spell. Swords, right? Words are swords. The spell, like cursive writing, right? Where you're joining all the things together like a snake. And children don't even know what cursive writing is, right? Write the curse. Okay? And then we're going to spell the words is because they're spells. Anyways, this is an interesting unfolding. Remember, all secrets to be revealed at this time is the constellation that we're going into. And forget about star alignments, whatever it is. This is just part of their game, is to change the theme every couple thousand years and start a new game, right? Press a button like they did 2,020 years ago, 0000, and let the games begin. Yeah? Remember, who had the power to change the game? Who had the power to press a button and say, let all time begin in this world? From one point. Boom. And when does time end, right? The end of the age? Well, the Mayans say the Anasazi, the Hopi, okay? All different ancient religions and texts. It's the end of the age, the end of the fourth world and the beginning of the fifth. 2012. It's not the end of the world, it's the end of this theme of the world. Yeah, duality. Anyways, there's lots of spiritual movement in this game right now. Spiritual. Are you going to follow the evil ones? Or are you going to follow the ones that you feel are not? That's the best part. Remember, evil, put a D in front of it, what do you get? They made this language up, devil. And you even know what the devil looks like, even though you never saw the thing, right? You know what Christ looks like too, right? And you never saw. It just saw pictures, right? You've even seen satellites, right? Pictures of satellites. And you think those are real too, right? They're CGI. You've seen pictures of a lot of things, even, well, that's what's behind me. Okay, CGI. Watch the movie Gravity, right? Hollywood's better than the real thing. Check them out floating in space, right? Remember, all secrets to be revealed at this time. Israel, the constellation of Aquarius theme is all secrets to be revealed at this time. And the constellation that we just left, the constellation of Pisces, or the Piscean constellation, is the constellation of duality. Constellation of Aquarius is the constellation of triality. And triality means, most likely, well, you're going to be hooked to another source of energy, just like you see right now, the AI system, right? What does COVID-19 stand for, right? Certificate of Vaccination, right? ID, 19. What does that mean? Okay. 19. Go in numbers. A is 1, right? And 9 is what? I. Certificate of Vaccination, ID, 19 is AI. Wow. Such symbolism these guys have, right? Gals, guys, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Okay. But could it be possible, again, that there is a non-form race here that feeds off of all the stupid stuff that we do, SS. The stupid things that we do. Watching horror films, producing the lush, watching pornographic. Guys, what are you doing? Remember, this is Satan sex, SS. It's not love. Okay? It's not. Beauty and the Beast, guys. Don't teach your children to go ahead and have sex with a beast. That's bestiality, right? Come on. Look at Disney, 666, right? That's their logo. Taco Hell, right? Taco Bell, 666. GE, 666. Chrome, 666. Google, 666. CERN, 666. Microsoft, 666. They're everywhere, right? But they are nowhere. Because if you cannot see them, then of course, then you won't. This is the way it is. And most of the people, remember, they're only half a brain activated. Sorry guys, you have half a brain activated in your mind. Okay, so we're at the 1 hour mark here. That's another video. We'll go over that. Are you half a brain activated, looking for your better half or your other half so you can become full and feel fulfilled? Or are you a cross-brain symbiote and have both your engines running at the same time? And you have the positive and negative, which called the masculine and feminine, activated, so you can have better critical thinking when you have two brains activated, two engines. Remember, left hemisphere, right hemisphere. When you have two engines activated, then you have the positive perspective and the negative perspective, and you put them together to get a better perspective. If you're half a brain activated, okay, you only write with your right, kick a ball with your right, and only uses left brain, then guys, I'm sorry that you didn't learn musical instruments. I'm sorry. Tú no puedes hablar otra lenguas, okay? Lo siento, pobrecito, okay? This opens up other parts of your brain. It opens up more neural net production to give you more activation, and more activation gives you the ability to decode. Decoding is how you get critical thinking. And of course, decode God's world. Look at the cardinal up there. Like, here's my garden. Check it out. This is my bird garden. If you haven't seen that video, how to make a bird garden with a handful of seed. And every one of these seeds, this is sweet sorghum. It's like a corn, but this is grain corn. You grain this off there and you could make yourself tortillas and stuff, but the birds jump up here and they eat the seeds naturally instead of me feeding that garbage to them. But this is my bird garden here. I feed probably about 100 birds every morning, all the wild ones, and they wait for me every morning. Okay, we will see you guys. Again, take care of yourselves. Self-care is the way. Learn the self-care protocols, practices, and principles, and see if you can advance them yourself. Hey, see if you could make them so they are easier to learn. Remember, I'm just doing the best that I can with the circumstances that we have. It's myself and one other person that runs Earth 3 Academy. And we do everything ourselves. It's a big job just to keep things going. And an expensive one just to keep up all the plugins and special servers and certain everything, whatever it takes, okay? And people that are qualified to help, okay? So, to do anything, that's not an easy person to find. So, the more experience that you have in your world, the more you can, you know, sort of decode the world. So when you're young guys, when you're 20 years old, just remember, you haven't been here that long, so don't think you know a lot of stuff. And when you get to be 40 years old, you'll find out that maybe I even know a little bit more than I did before. It's because you believe in a lot of the facts, right? You believe a lot of the things that your rulers or masters have told us. But then once you get about 60, my age, then you start to go ahead and see that you've been here sort of a decent amount of time, and you can see the theme changing. You can see what they're sort of up to by seeing the molding of society, seeing the molding of all things that we believe is organic movement, organic. Okay, like this telephone I'm using, it's not on right now. I haven't turned my phone on in probably a week and a half. It's only for emergencies. If not, I got hard lines. Okay? No Wi-Fi at my place. I can't stand it. It makes me dizzy and sick. So, okay, stay away from the guys with the witch doctor necklace on, unless you really have to. Like I said, they've saved my life many times. When I got bit by the viper, took 66 vials of anti-venom, right? World record on the amount of anti-venom anybody's ever taken. 66 vials of anti-venom in the hospital for 6 days, and I had a $600,000 plus freaking bill. All those sixes. And I left the hospital on the 6th day, is because on the 7th day I was resurrected. I left on the 6th day and walked out of that place, signed myself out under the the doctors didn't want me to leave because you're not supposed to. Why? It's because I just got bit by the most deadliest viper in the North America, twin venom viper. And most people die from that. Okay, so really changed the way I see, changes the way I see fractals and patterns, and just the way a cleansing would do. The venom is a super cleanser if you can live through it, right? Okay, we'll see you guys. Aloha. And can you do your wings? There you go. Show me your wings. Woohoo! That's a hodl. Show me your wings. That's my man. That's my man. Yeah, pretty good there, Hodo. Pretty good. You want to come or no? Nope, he's backing up. Okay, we'll see you guys. Aloha.